Welcome back to Leggari, everyone. We got another great video. Super fun, super simple. You're gonna learn it all right here, Leggari.com. All right, so I'm just gonna spread this out on the top, keeping it from rolling over the edges because it's really fluid right now. We want it to set up just a little bit before we start running it off the edge. Notice I pour a bead right down the middle and then I cross roll it. This makes it really easy. You don't need a notched squeegee or some kind of gauge. And then if you get spots that do run off, just kind of pull it back. Other side, just bring it right to that edge without running it over. So now that I got it all kind of spread out, now I'm gonna just roll it, make sure it's all even everywhere. And if you need to move some material somewhere, you can apply pressure to the roller and use it kind of as a squeegee, just by applying a little bit of pressure. Now once you're done with the top, it's all spread out really even. Now I'm going to start doing my edges, so I'll just roll the top a little and then roll the edges. We still got to add a lot of highlights in here. It's gonna add a lot of thickness to the top here too once we add that. But we just want to get it coated. Once it's coated, the material will flow over evenly versus doing drips and random spots. That's kind of what we're trying to do right now. This is our coffee color we're doing for the base coat. So before I add the highlights, I like to just do a quick swirl on it. This will help bring any of the bubbles to the surface and pop. Like watch, they just start popping on their own. Gonna pop on their own. That's the benefit of our product, is it has additives in the mix that make the bubbles rise to the surface and pop. That's why you don't ever see us torching it. We hardly ever spray any chemicals on it to pop bubbles because we usually don't have any. All right, so I'm gonna add our moss green, and we're gonna do a camo theme on this counter. So all I'm gonna do is just dump a bunch of random puddles, kind of some different ways. And I wanna make sure I have enough. So I'm not gonna pour a ton out everywhere. Just gonna make sure I can kind of get it all over the counter. So now that I kind of have it all over the counter, now I'm going to go in between all these and pour some more out. And obviously you can do any color with this. You could do less, you could do more green. The sky's the limit with how you want to do the design and how much color you want to do, how much highlight colors, accent colors. Okay, now I want to take some and get it right on the edges. This is gonna help flow over the side and make sure our edges look similar to the top. Notice I'm kind of putting them back a little ways. I'm gonna get some on the back edges. Now I'll take our black and do the same thing. We're not using as much black, so I'm gonna do smaller, not as many spots. See how it's flowing over the edge? So all this material will constantly flow until it starts setting up, and that's gonna make it look like it was cut out of a slab or a piece of rock. The last thing you wanna do is pour out, get halfway done, and you run out of your color. That's why I like to do small amounts and then come back and add to them or add them in different spots. It's looking pretty good though. We'll add some on the front edges. I'm gonna take a paintbrush, kind of get it soaked up in some of the epoxy that's in the bucket. Now to do the camo look, it's always good to just do a paintbrush and kind of chop up the colors together. You can do it with a squeegee, you can even swirl them. But the camo look, it looks the best when you just kind of come through them and chop them up like this. And then just do your edges as you go, same thing. Again guys, this is a camel themed countertop. We know some of you are gonna like it with just the puddles. This is more towards like the hunters out there, maybe the man caves. Probably not gonna do this in your kitchen unless you're a dedicated hunter. So I'm not trying to over blend it, I'm just trying to do it real quick. Notice how these bubbles are forming and they're popping. But typically if you do this to any other epoxy on the market, you're gonna have thousands of bubbles. More than what you already had before you started, and you're definitely gonna have to torch it. But as you can see, they're just popping on their own. See how they'll start forming, and then they'll just start popping. A super easy technique. You can't screw this up. I mean, really, really simple. And as long as we added color right on the edges here, it's gonna flow over. You can kind of see how it's already started to flow over in some of these spots. So it's been about half hour, 45 minutes, and I'm gonna scrape these edges. You see how it's already getting sticky like a paste? Because I don't wanna have to come back and sand my drip edges. So as long as you do this periodically over the next 2 hours, you'll have a perfectly flat bottom and zero drips on it. So we get asked a lot if our products smell or if they have a really bad chemical smell, and they don't. All of our products are low VOCs or zero VOCs. They're basically odorless, so it's really cool because you can coat your kitchen, your basement, and not have an issue, have to wear a mask and you know, wipe out the whole house where the whole family has to go and get a hotel. That's not the case with our resins. There is products out there that do smell really bad, that are really high VOCs to where you gotta wear a mask or you'll wind up passing out. But that's not the case with our resins, with our top coats, our primers. everything's either super low VOCs or 0 and no smell. So it's basically odorless. I explained it to people like when you paint a room in your house, you walk in the room, you can kind of smell a new fresh paint smell. Same thing with epoxies. When you do epoxy on a large area, floors, basements, you can smell, you have that smell of a new product going down and being applied. Same thing, but you're not gonna get headaches, you're not gonna get high. It's not a chemical smell, it's just a new material odor. Same thing, new cars, they have a new odor smell to vehicles. Same exact thing. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, share the video, help us get the word out. This product is amazing and it's changing the countertop and flooring industry. Also, make sure your notifications are turned on. That way you get notified every time we post a new video. Follow us on our social media sites too, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. We're always posting customer installs there, and you can see what people are doing with our products. It's truly amazing. Our systems are one of a kind every time, and remember, Leggari.com has you covered.